1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. All right, we are live here, folks. Playing unimaginable difficulty here, Fallout 2. As hard as it gets, hard as it gets. A lot more research needs to get done. It's a big, 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 big project. I mean, that I ever actually did it, you know, live, and then it took 12 hours and 15 minutes to do it. It's just a miracle. But, you know, to have a run that somebody can repeat it with is obviously what I'm shooting for. Is to have, so, you know, somebody else can pick it up and they can take the challenge on and then they can do it faster. Because what's so good about this challenge is you can continue to beef it up a little bit. Playing Fallout 2 1.0 2.31 SFAL 3.3 alpha. Let's take a look at some settings. Screen settings. Let's take a look at some preferences. Game preferences. And we'll do a new game. Let's take a look at our rig here, our build. Here's our build. Dr. Barter Outdoorsman. That's what we have tagged here. So a huge, huge run. And, you know, and oh, that was a bad load. Ooh, we can tell what this is going to be. That's a slow load. To make up for that, let me get my electronic keyboard, or my mechanical keyboard out, because that's what's up. So when you're playing 1 agility, 1 intelligence, 1 luck, guys like I play, I mean, the way you view the game changes. Everything changes. You know, when you've got everything perfect, you're not really developing as a player. So watch how we'll walk up to this wall, then we'll shoot up here. Very, very rare to have these ants down there this whole time. And we'll go about 5 hex in, we'll start to run. I'm super rusty. This is the first time I've played in days. All right. Importantly, if you're just tuning in, watch how I make my transitions with my mouse. You know, it's very rehearsed, super practiced. And what that allows me to do is obviously, all right, so we got a problem here. We're going to sneak. Hopefully by the time I get over there, this ant will move. If not, I'll go into attack mode here. So it's going to be one of those runs. I'll use all my action points to take this. Eternal end, I'll get this. This ant will aggro. And then if I'm lucky, I can just scoot right past it. But what's probably going to happen is, yeah. So whatever, who cares? It is what it is, right? So what you do is you're gonna, I'll show you what grid you're gonna want to leave your exploder on. You're gonna want to drop it right here. See, it's like, so, you know, you can monkey around and you can try to be all sneaky and everything. And then a lot of times, you know, that's all that it really takes. Now in a situation like this, when they're tailing you, you set it for 20. Now if you would have screwed that up, well then you just restart, because, you know, well, I mean, you could, I mean, you might prematurely detonate, but anyways. And now up here we go. So we take some hits. These guys, they pack a wallop. I would just damn near lost 20 hit points there. So we'll run, hit the 1 button to break. And, all right, well, we'll just try to go right up the cut here. I'm just going to use the A button there because I was drinking coffee and I knew that if I could use the attack function to get around that corner, then that would be good for me. So we got busted on that. So notice how he critically failed and he lost his next turn. But I will never critically fail. I won't. So, well, the funny thing about JINXED is that in the only it's just exclusive only to the. Oops, we're not loading. We're saving, or we're starting. Exclusive to JINXED run in the Temple of Trials. Exclusive to JINXED Temple of Trials. Everybody else can get JINXED, but you never do. So you'll miss and you'll miss and you'll miss a million times, but you'll never pay the ultimate price for it. While everybody else, they do. So first thing you do when a build like this is you hit the 1 button. It'll be this ant or that ant that gets you. You never really know which one. Anyways, you know, whichever one gets you, you run in the exact opposite direction from the other ant. And then you sneak out. And, you know, depending on the setup, see, we're going to get caught here. So what we'll do is, actually, you know, you run here. Actually, we'll run here, so we'll get our second turn. And then I'll sneak out. I'll wait a tick. See? I'll use up my action points here. So now I know that if he catches me, which he wants to, that I would have got a double turn. I would have been able to sneak out there, but there we go. But yeah, I mean, but who remembers, you know, weeks ago when it was like a 10-minute process to get through the Temple of Trials with these settings? And now, so obviously what we do here is we get caught. Come on. Good, because you have to change this facing. You see, you get caught, run over here, sneak out, and then don't even try to sneak, just run over here. And then run over here, sneak out. Now sneak and walk down to here, and then have him catch you here. Sneak out there. Now I like to use the A button here to get this, because a lot of times what will happen is you'll get really close, and then this ant right here, what I was going to say is this ant, he's right here. So you'll get right here, and then you'll want to get this, but then you'd have to use 3 action points to get this. You only have 2 action points left, you'd be right here. This ant would then hit you twice. Whereas if you stop here, use the A button, you use all your action points here, you still have the C4, but then he's here, but then you then get 2 turns. If you're lucky, you can go all the way up here, get your second turn, which you do. Are we going to be able to sneak out here? Maybe, maybe not. And then we do. And then we walk. And we know where the other ant is because I placed him. So now I run up here. And I can set this for a minute now because nobody's on my tail. Whereas before we set it for 20 seconds because I needed that time. I needed that time to be cut short. And notice how I didn't moonwalk through there. I didn't aggressively. So what we'll do is we'll come around this corner here. We'll get our double turn. And then we really just want this guy to get super close to us. Like right there. Because that way, and we know where this other ant is. So we can comfortably on our second turn go here. And then we can take our time. We can walk up here with a little luck. This ant will go over here. If he doesn't, that's not big of a deal. But what I'll do is I'll just stop right here. We'll use the A button here. We'll use up all my action points to open this door, knowing that if he did spot me here, I would see. If he did, I would just get a double turn. I would just get a double turn. I can then walk up a couple more hexes and then start sprinting. It's really that simple. And I'll move the screen a little bit just to kind of make things more convenient for me. And then there we go. So very simple stuff. So having a dialogue here is, you know, kind of out of the question, but, you know, we'll take this, and then I just really feel like I'm out of sorts here. So what did I write down was my elder? Oh, so we hold the 1 button down here. That's right. Yeah, you can tell I'm a little rusty. And then while she's fixing that, I'm running over here, and I've yet to see a case where you actually break the well. I've heard stories where you can break the well in your efforts to repair it, and I've never seen anything like it. So I think that's just hogwash. Anyway, so down we go. And then, you know, just double checking scripts too while we're playing. Keep your mouse about here so that you can just, you know, run over here. So, you know, even on the hardest settings, you know, the game plays just, in fact, it plays easily, assuming you know what the hell you're doing. Put your mouse right about here. I could have had it a little bit more to the west there. Now, importantly, we're playing on 640 by 480 res. So watch how I move the screen around. And it is, so I'm able to hit objects with great precision with 640 by 480. And with a little bit of practice, I'm able to use, you know, to make up for it. I think a lot of people, you know, they thought that you needed to have really, you know, panned out resolution, and you couldn't really see anything, and it was like, and you could tell there was all this kind of speed advantage, you know, just right around the corner, you know, had they changed the resolution. But, you know, until you actually sink your teeth into it and see what's going on, then you don't know it. So you never actually get those speed savings. It's like here. So, you know, you're trying to hit this door, but if you're on like 1080 by 720, then this door is actually small. So you might be, you think you're on it, but really you're clicking right here, and you're like, why isn't the door opening? But it is with the 640 by 480 where it really showcases, you know, visually, you know, a resolution that you can get pinpoint accuracy on your clicks. And so it's the combination of having pinpoint accuracy with your clicks with taking the time, devoted practice and effort to, you know, develop your mouse skills, that you really, you know, turn the game up to full throttle, which is what I've done. And so we've got it basically firing, you know, it's pretty crazy. Now, what button should I have pressed there? Apparently I could have just hit the 2 button there. Oh, 2 then 1. Really? It's I don't know. I don't know. And then this, so I guess, yeah, the first time you talk to him, but he's Sahag. And then I should have hit the 2. So notice how from this position, I don't just waste time hovering over this item to find it. I run to this hex, I transition. By the time she gets to there, now that's actually kind of weird because, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you run here, you run there, because otherwise, and then we'll transition here, and then, you know, it's hit or miss as far as how, you know, precise you get to that door, but you get the idea. And, you know, I don't know, you watch these other streamers and these other players with that blown out resolution, and it makes me wonder, it's like, what, do they think they're getting an edge? I mean, yeah, you're seeing everything, but you get no accuracy with your clicks. You get no accuracy with your clicks. I mean, imagine trying to do something as simple as what I just did right there. You couldn't do it, because you'd be trying to do it, your mouse would be all over the place. So again, you know, with something like that, when you don't have x-ray vision through the household, it's best to just, you know, approximate your way through there. And I don't get greedy here. But what I will do is take that, put 3 of these here, and then we're already transitioned. Because you'll notice that I took that brief moment to transition my mouse from click to move. And that's going to be a common theme. And, you know, the more you play, just the better you get at it. And then, of course, we'll transition there. So, could have been, you know, better placement there. I always struggle with placement there, but... So we'll go here, and so we're gonna hit 1 2 2 1 2 1 1 2 2 1 2 1. Worked. All right. So we're gonna go to Miss Buckner now, and so not only did we free him, but we also denied him as a companion, which is what we wanted. So all your heavy stuff front and center, that's got to go. Get rid of these cards. But then importantly, go down to the bottom, just because you'll forget that you have this. Get rid of the sledgehammer. And then the picture out of, well, I'll just get rid of these. That picture. And then, oh, then the scorpion tail. Do not, and then the rope. Get rid of that stupid rope. All 6 of these, that's doing you no good. Get rid of that club and then just take $42 from them. So then we're good. So 3-1. We're going to test 3-1 and 3-1 how to do it. Okay, 3-1 worked good. And then we're out. So the last thing we're going to do while we're here is, could I have positioned better? No, I guess that was the best I could have positioned there. We'll read this book, and then I'll move my mouse to the right during this loading phase. I'll hit the escape button, and then, you see I had a bad transition there. I was already on the money. But that's the first time I ever tried to make a transition like that. So notice how we're not using short game strats. We're just plowing our way over here. And the reason we do that is because we're not on jet. Now, so first thing you do while you're here, hit the 5 button on yourself. Now, one of these guys, they're going to, you never know. So run over here. So notice how I ran over here, and then I'm fiddling around with grabbing that knife. Rather than, standing really far away from it and then trying to pinpoint my mouse on it. Then, then all you'll have accomplished is you'll eventually get your mouse on it so you can grab it, but it won't make a difference because you won't be near it. So you just have to remember at this point in the game, this is when you're going to lose a lot of your games because you'll accidentally, put a shovel in your hand or something like that. But we got to find a book. So no book there. We'll run over here. So it's just there is no book south of the graveyard. Players' guides will say there is. No, there's never there. So what we're doing here, by the way, there was a box of 10mm armor-piercing bullets up there if you wanted to get those. They're pretty good, for like a quick $50. That's the only reason I would ever say to get that is because it's a good $50 you can get. Watch how I transition the mouse. So when I take all, I hit the escape button, and then here we'll just run to the bottom. So we did everything we wanted to do here. Pretty easy start. Remember, we have no intelligence. We can't dialogue. So there's a couple things we'll do here. We'll come into this door. Well, that's already open. And then we'll run over here. We'll open this. Then we'll move our mouse over to here. We'll open this. And then we'll do a single click on this. Transition, do a double left click, transition, single. And then we'll transition. So as soon as we're out there, and then we'll put the mouse right here. We'll transition knowing that once we go under that roof there, we'll get x-ray vision and we'll be able to see what's up. And then again, we're all the way over here. And this is you only get this kind of experience with the 640 by 480. You're not going to get this, and at this point I have no idea what the hell's going on because it's dark, so we're going to rest until morning. You don't get this experience, with blown out. Heaven forbid you play with oops, get away from that. With a resolution in like the 1900s. It's like, dear God, it's like we're playing, like satellite. So grab 2 of these, grab all 10 of these, so get rid of your heavy stuff, and then this is a great opportunity to get rid of anything that you've got multiples of, that's, like you'd want to get rid of 4 of these and 6 of these because they are a pain in the ass. 2 of these, get rid of 1 of those just because you got it, and then 9 of these, you don't need that. Save your powders and then go back to the top, and then your extra little knickknacks you got, and then just see what kind of a deal you can get there. So can we get $134? We can get $134, so we're good. Now normally I would say that what you're going to want to do is, get 11 jets, but I think 2 psychos and 10 jets is pretty freaking good. Plus we got a buff out, so yeah, that's your den experience. So we'll quick save here. It's a good place to quick save. And off to, where are we going? Oh yeah, we're going to the, oh no, we're going to Reading. Oh dear God, I forgot about that. All right, so now we short game strat. So the Reading is right here. It's at a 45-degree angle from this point down about 5 squares. So then you need to go down at an angle like this to hit it. So you'll be short game stratting, and you're going to try to split the difference between the two angles and just basically pin the tail right on the donkey. So depending on, and that's of course why you get the armor. So big problem here is that it's daylight encounter. They're standing next to 3 campfires. They've got total visibility. You're not going to escape from this without getting seen. So they're all going to aggro on you. So then your play is quite simple. You're going to sneak for 1 because there always is a chance that somebody won't see what's going on. So what you'll do is just use up these powders. Go boom, use that powder. So there was a little bit of drop and heal all the way. And that's why we take 10 for endurance. So yeah, our perception went down a little bit, but we're going to take 2 more jets and it goes through the roof again. Now we're dealing with an SMG that has not, the girl the SMG hasn't shot. So we're going to need a psycho. And we'll move 1 more hex and we're still within range. So she could rip us to pieces. So here she'll go. And if we didn't take that psycho, we would be dead at that point. But now we got tons of action points. So then, you know, get out. And now she's scoring misses and they're just... So why did we short game strat was so that, look at that, our cursor stopped right there. Old Faithful. So, hold on, I got to get a data sheet out. So you just simply take out a big, you know, college rolled piece of paper. College rolled, I would say, would be much better than the other style. Fold it in half vertically, then fold it in half horizontally. And that way you can make notes. So we took that jet. What time is it now? So we took the jet at probably 0800 on the 3rd of August. So we took jet on the 3rd of August. All right, and we're just taking a note of that because we want to know that stuff. So what we'll do is we'll rest until morning, and that was a quarter of a day there. Now we'll do a full rest. There's 1 full day, and then another full day. But if you were to have rested till morning and then rested till morning, you would have only really rested about 32 hours, and that would not have been good for you. So now, for a lot of guys, that's going to scare the living crap out of you because now you got to go all the way down here and you only have 1 psycho left. But, you know, if you've watched me enough, then you know that, you know, you're not running into back-and-back SMG and encounters, you know, every single time. Now, at this point, you're just going at a 45-degree angle, and you're just trying to hit that upper left corner. So we're there. So, and then you don't want to be doing this at night. So at this time, so rather than loading onto the menu and then hitting the Pip-Boy button and then resting till morning to make it daylight hour, move right here, and then that way you're there. So have your mouse over here. So what you'll do is we're going to discover the I forget, mining camp town. Have your mouse over here. That way, you know, you're just getting over here. I always, now what I like about Reading is that it keeps you really, really sharp because you can always push it, you know, with how you position the screen. And, see, I'm a little bit of a misplay there, but that's okay. And then take that, and then, you see what I mean? So it's like you really get to see just how fast you can go. It's beautiful. And then, of course, you know, you push it a little bit, and then, you know, you mess up a little bit. But it's fun because you know there's another level out there where you can be really, really excellent. And that's why I do it. Because I've had it be perfect before where you don't miss a single one. And it's like, wow. It really is incredible. And then we're right there. See what I mean? And if you're just, you know, and if, oops, now I should have had, well, that's okay. That's acceptable. So now we're on the world map. All I got to do now is hit the T button to load this up, and then the 1 button, and we're there. So, you know, have your mouse like right over here. Just a couple things. So we got a lot of inventory there. Plus we got some scout books. And I would just say, importantly, make sure you read your stupid books. Read your stupid books. So we'll come here. Just customarily we'll get our sprite down here. But then I'd say this is just a really good halfway point. Pause what you're doing and just read the books. Move your mouse down so when you hit the escape button, your mouse is already where you want to be. That's another trick that I'm, you know, practicing and drilling and rehearsing as we go. We'll open this, and then no, there's no transitioning there. But here we will do a transition because we'll run to that, and then we'll transition, and then we'll come right over here. We'll move the screen about right here. It just makes it a little bit easier to get the jets. So we'll use 1 on the dock, and then 2, and then we'll put sneak on, and then we'll take everything. And that's why, importantly, you use jet so that we're, you know, so right now, oh, what? Oh, you know what I did wrong? You know what I did wrong? I didn't hit the 5 button there. What I'm going to do, well, so we're going to sneak. What's going on? Oh, dear God. Oh, we got a dead game here. Oh, no. Did you see that? So, but what was our time, though? What was our time? So they're going to waste me, so that's a dead game. Yeah, so once in a great while I do that. Where are we? I want to see my whole screen here. That's not bad, though. 28 minutes in the game, and we failed the Temple of Trials once. That's not bad. So I tell you what we're going to do is, so let's just take a look at what happened there. So what happened was I did not hit the 5 button. So I thought that I was stealing from an impaired sprite. And if I got caught, then we would have been jet stealing. And I would have got away with that. But as it turns out, we were not stealing from an impaired sprite. We were not stealing from an impaired sprite at all. We were stealing from a sprite that was very much on the drugs. And that's fine. So I actually need... so there's something that I'll take care of real quick. And then I'll fire up another stream. We'll be back here in a jiffy, but whatever. I've not played in several days. All right, guys. But I think that was a really good start. We talked about some key stuff that I wanted to talk about. And then the next time I fire up this stream, I'm going to just hammer away real quickly to get back to where we was. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll get right back to where we were in just a little bit. Take care, guys.